Alrighty guys, and here we are to the Heli Pilot review. So it's that one thing at the end of each tower where we go over all of the results, including efficiency, which I actually do not mention in the BT6 testing because, like the actual game, because it's something I have to calculate outside of it. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. So, 000, we start with a baseline of Space Zebras, Group Leads, round 19 through 27, which is pretty good, for $1,600. So his efficiency is not very good. Even compared to a 000 Monkey Ace, it's actually worse. Don't mind the noise outside. It's always loud. Worse than Buccaneer. Worse than Submarine. It's worse than, like, pretty much everything. That's crazy. That's okay. So it's inefficient. It's very inefficient. Let's see, but now progression. So 100 is much better. You do want to get that for $800, $800 more dollars, because it totals $2,400. Because it almost doubles the amount of lives before you lose a life. It's extra lives before you die, and goes to ceramic and rainbow. So it is actually more efficient, technically, to get the 100 than to leave it as is. Pursuit, honestly, it's a micro thing. If you can micro well, I mean, Pursuit's pretty much useless, but it can't hurt to spend that $500 so that you don't have to worry about it at all. You could have more Heli Pilots or other towers or like Dartling guns and stuff like that. So yes, efficiency-wise, of course, it's a lot worse because its popping power isn't better. It's just about how lazy you can be. Third tier, still Space Ceramics. It does do better against group balloons. Probably because of his Razor Rotor's attack, which actually deals damage under the thingy, the Razor, well, under the Razor Rotors, you know. So around 40 to 43. So it adds a couple of rounds, but it's also really expensive. It's $1,750. So its efficiency is worse, which isn't great. Over $100 per round for a T3. It's not great. T4 gets way better. From ZOMG to BFB instead of ceramics for both, and goes up significantly higher number of rounds. Now, granted, it is almost $20,000, and so it's much less efficient. But you can get a lot further for that same amount of space. It all depends on what you want to do. Apache Prime, B80s all around 95. Again, but heavily expensive of $70,000 just to get to around 95 and B80s. It's definitely not very good because his efficiency is a little over 700, and just like to sense of scale, 700 is on the not very good end, so like 2 to 3 stars. Or if you want to scale out of 10, it would be like 3 out of 10, 3 or 4 out of 10. It's not great. Middle path, well, it does about the same as the 00. Pretty much the same in rounds for $300, because I mean, really, all it does is it goes faster. There's no like additional popping power stuff, so of course it's gonna be less efficient. 020. So the which one is that again? Camo detection. Well, of course nothing changes. $600 for camo detection. It definitely beats having a village, because village is like to get. The village plus all the upgrades to camo detection is like what, $4,000 or $5,000. 4 or 5, I can't remember, $1,000. It's something along those lines. So $600 is definitely cheaper, but it also doesn't help its popping power, so its efficiency goes down. 030, that's downdraft. Now we're going to start blowing back balloons, and that's when it actually really goes up. Ceramic, rainbow, ceramic. So it's worse than the top path, but not by much. Let's see. 40, 43, this one 34, around 34 it loses to. Honestly, not bad. Not too shabby at all. For $3,000, so it is less efficient, again. $3,000 is pretty expensive, but it is downdraft, so it's more supposed to be a support-based thing than a let's pop everything, you know, tower. Okay, now the 040, so let's compare it. So Moabs compared to, ZOMGs and BFBs, yeah, so this one's bad. 39 to 41. So 79, so it's way worse. but it's only $17,500, not $24,000. So its efficiency is worse, but not significantly worse than the top paths. It's only about 100 in difference. And then fifth tiers, well, fifth tiers, they all get to Moabs, so they suck at popping Moabs. I mean, except for the ability, of course. That's the only reason they was able to get to around 89, 90, and etc., etc. It's because of basically the Marine. The Marine is actually pretty powerful. Definitely like the tower in general is not as good as like the Apache Prime and stuff, but he holds out quite well. And for only $48,000, that's like $20,000 cheaper. That makes a big difference. So if you're willing to use the ability to like its utmost potential, in that way, you're able to get an efficiency of about 500-ish, as opposed to 700. So it's better to go for the middle path than the top path. Again, ideally, if you're willing to spend the time to actually, place the Marine in ideal spots. Now, bottom path, let's see. The 001, still same round, same stuff. It's faster firing, I believe. Faster firing, yeah. So it gets 2 more rounds. It's basically the same thing as the 010. But it is cheaper by $50, so it is super slightly more effective than the middle first tier, but it's still worse than the top wait, yeah, it is still worse than the top first tier, but worse than the 000. All right, second tier. Let's see. So second tier is, so there's faster firing and even faster firing? No, one of those, like, the projectiles fly faster, the other ones he shoots faster. I think the 001 is projectiles fly faster. That's why it doesn't do well. However, when he shoots faster, now there's a difference. Rainbow to Zebra. So he's only worse than the Pursuit, but otherwise he's good. From 27 to 32. Nice, very nice. Only $2,200. So it is it's cheaper than the $2,900. Efficiency is pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same, which means more efficient than the second tier top path. Again, you'd have to micro it, but if you're good at microing, especially for the Heli Pilot, which doesn't, the microing is not hard. It just follows your mouse. If you move your mouse around, it'll follow you. So it's good. It's not like Monkey Ace. That's a different story. Then yeah, so its efficiency is pretty good. Now 003, that's the Moab Shove. The Moab Shove upgrade. So so against Balloons it's still the same. And it gets only around 32, which is disappointing considering it's $4,500. So its efficiency is really bad. But then you also have to take into account the fact that it's meant for Moabs, not balloons. So in terms of popping balloons, it's roughly the same. Honestly, it's rocket/missile thingy, whatever, that it launches out to pop Moabs. It is not good at popping balloons. Very unsurprisingly. So yeah. So this is still bad at popping balloons. It says bad efficiency. But it's not a bad tower. If all you're doing is stalling Moabs, if it's the only thing you're doing, it could be reasonable. Now the fourth tier, BFBs. Okay, now that's better. It's better than the middle path, but still worse than the top path. Got to around 63. So this Comanche defense. So so those extra side planes that fly in to help you, yeah, very helpful for sure. It is a little over $8,000, so its efficiency is slightly worse, but again, only slightly, and you do get 30 more rounds out of it. So in terms of, it's still good to go for. If you're going for it, you might as well. It's not bad. Now the fifth tier is the Comanche Commander, which has its permanent 3 drones, all the way to B80s. So roughly competitive with the Apache Prime. Okay. In terms of rounds, though, it's only slightly better than the middle path, but still worse than the Apache Prime. The Apache Prime gets a little bit further. But still, nothing disappointing about that one. 91 and 94, not bad at all. And it is also cheaper. It's $46,000, not $69,000. So it's an efficiency of about 500. 500 in efficiency is like a 5 out of 10. 5 or 6 out of 10. I'd say 6 out of 10. That's pretty good, pretty solid. So yeah, no, that's pretty good. Now in terms of which cross paths are better, if you look at the Apache Prime, 520, 502, the rounds are the same, but 502 comes out on top if you are not worried about camo balloons. If you already have a camo village down and stuff, just go for the 502. Because it basically increases popping power. It gets to the BADs for like the round 80 BADs from sandbox testing, as opposed to just regular BADs. And it is $300 cheaper, so it makes it super slightly more efficient. But the difference is pretty negligible. You could get away with just going camo detection and not having to buy a full-out village for like $4,000 or $5,000, and instead invest in something that might do something better. Maybe like the third tier top path. That could totally help you, or something like that. So yeah, definitely go for 502 if you want to squeeze out each little bit of popping power. But 520 seems like a good bet. Middle path. All right, middle path. Let's see. So let's see, either 250 or 052. So basically, do you want pursuit or do you want more popping power? Again, if you're willing to micro, clearly go for the bottom cross path, the 052, because I mean, first of all, it got further, and it's $700 cheaper, which makes its efficiency just that much better. But again, it's not massive. It's noticeable. So if you already have like a super defense, might as well just go for pursuit. But just know that if you really want to put the effort into micro it, you can get further. So it is worth it. Now bottom path. So the Comanche Commander, which one's better? Okay, so it's between camo detection and pursuit. Well, actually, quad darts pursuit. The quad darts is probably the key thing here because it got to 94 as opposed to 91, which is, I mean, 3 rounds doesn't sound like much, but when you're in the 90s, getting 3 rounds like that out of it is much better. You do get a lot further. Now it is $400 more expensive, but its efficiency is better. So it's better. It's the 205 is the better cross path. Now if we compare this kind of overall to other towers, let's see. So 700, 500, 500. Let's see. So 700, 500, 500. Okay, so it's better than the Monkey Ace overall. Whoa. Okay, it is much worse than the Buccaneer. 700, 500, 500. Oh, it's much worse than the Monkey Sub. Okay. 700, 500, 500. Oh, okay. It's roughly comparable to Sniper Monkey. Just the top path sucks, but that's just something else. So it's worse than the Dart Monkey overall. 700, 500, 500. Okay, it's slightly worse than the Boomerang, but really not by much, actually. Let's see, so 700, 500, 500. Oh, it's actually better than the Bomb Shooter. Nice, very nice. No, attack shooter is way better. No doubt about it. Okay. Ooh, it's actually much better than the Ice Monkey, but kind of unsurprising because 2 of them are support-based. Yeah, and clearly it's a lot worse. The 705. It's actually okay. It's roughly equal to a glue gunner, kind of. And then of course we can't compare it to a banana farm because banana farm doesn't pop balloons. All right, well, so that kind of sums up the Heli Pilot testing. Remember to leave a comment down below if if you want to see a specific tower. I actually do not remember what tower is after the Heli Pilot. I don't remember what's after the Heli Pilot. Well, I don't remember what it is, but if there's a specific tower that I haven't done yet that you want to see, being tested, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I will test the tower that most people want to see. And if there's a tie, I'll go the one that's earliest, the one that's closest to where we left off. So if a person puts Druid and another puts Spike Factory, and they're both tied for number of votes, I'll just go Druid because that's a little bit closer to Heli Pilot than the Spike Factory, which is even further down the list. All right. So yeah, that sums it up. If you enjoyed this, so stay tuned for next video. We will be starting out the next tower. Surprise, surprise, because I don't know what it is. Genuinely, I did not check, so I don't remember what it is. So stay tuned for that. For those of you who have not yet subscribed to the channel and you are watching this content, regularly, please do subscribe to the channel. A lot of you, I see people are subscribing, and thank you very much. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I thank you sincerely for subscribing and for helping out this channel to its future potential, where it'll be better quality. Gosh, I couldn't find the words there. Sheesh. Better quality videos for you guys. Probably live streams and stuff. I only do that once I reach a certain amount of people, because it sucks if I open a live stream and there's only like 5 people in there. As good as that is for the 5 of those who join. Honestly, it's rough to do live streams. I mean, I don't know how it works right now. But that's gonna have to come later. But it might come sooner if you guys want to subscribe. If you subscribe, better things will come sooner. So it's all up to you. You guys have the power. So just keep that in mind. And otherwise, I hope you have a really good day.